Just kind of as a little bit more of a background, we are here in Omaha. The College of St. Mary started using the Canvas system in 2016, I believe, and transferring out of having used Angel. And I will say we were just blown away as a faculty and a new faculty at that time. I was blown away at the ease of use of Canvas and have really enjoyed that piece of it. Tell you a little bit about our program to help set the stage for what we're talking about here. We currently have two programs, occupational therapy programs running at our school. We have a Master's of OT program that is sunsetting and a clinical doctorate program that is just taking off. So we have two programs running at the same time, but they're all for OT students. So we have a kind of a lockstep curriculum design, meaning that there's cohorts move through the program together. So currently we have 6 cohorts of students that adds up to about 240 occupational therapy students in our campus at this time. Our program is made up of 18 faculty now, and we also have 2 student organizations that are especially for occupational therapy. So as you can see, we have lots of moving parts, lots of people, and obviously Canvas is fantastic for the traditional use of Canvas is fantastic for communicating information and exchanging ideas and all that for a course. But we had a problem of how do we reach every OT student? How do we make sure that we're communicating with every student on some of those more programmatic needs? So we had lots of other informal ways to do it before, but after a couple of years of using Canvas, we decided, let's try using Canvas in a non-traditional way to set up an OT community. So we worked with Mark White in our instructional design to create OT 411. That's the name of the course, and it's the title is OT Community. Dr. White can speak to this much better than I can, but behind the scenes, they programmed Canvas so that any student who is enrolled as an OTH or OTD student in our Power Campus management software was automatically enrolled into this OT 411 site. So any OT student, as soon as they declare that major, they have access to this course until they graduate. All of the faculty were assigned as instructors for this course. So any faculty can make any changes or edits and can access all of the behind the scenes things. But that we did kind of establish 2 to 3 specific super users / managers of our OT community site so that there wasn't too many chefs in the kitchen, so to speak. One thing I forgot to add on here was that we also set up a second Canvas course that was specific for our OT faculty. So I can speak about that more later, but we use it almost more of like a file sharing site for all of our faculty. But the OT community took off probably in 2018 and has gone through some evolution over time. So when we were designing the course, we wanted to make sure that we remembered who our audience was. Obviously, while we have lots of people involved in this course, we really want the audience is primarily focused on the students. So everything that we set up is still more about that student experience and ease of use. So our purpose of this site was to be a one-stop shop for information about occupational therapy in general, about the CSM occupational therapy program specifically, and house a jumping point / storage point for our fieldwork experiences. For those of you that are familiar with occupational therapy, part of our education involves 24 weeks of fieldwork prior to graduation. And that is not assigned as a specific course here, or the preparation building up to fieldwork required multiple courses. So there wasn't just one specific area for our fieldwork coordinator to store and hang on to specific files and communicate with the same group of students. So part of our OT community is very specifically intended for fieldwork management. what the two primary uses that we have with the OT community is to provide announcements out to all 240 students at once, and to use the discussion boards. So I'll explain those in a little bit more detail. But truly our goal was to build a sense of community with the students and the faculty and use this as a communication station. So here's our OT 411 Canvas card that we have to do a little bit of reminding of to the students each semester to make sure that they are still keeping this on their dashboard, that they have set their notifications so that they get notified when there are announcements, and just kind of keep reminding them to use it. I'll talk a little bit more about the maintenance of this site in a little bit. When we use a homepage design with this and module out the different pages, the different topic areas that we want to be able to cover. So what you see here is our homepage, and then the 6 different modules where we have information stored and designed. The CSM resources area here just takes the students directly to specific resources within our campus, such as our achievement center, the library, tutor hours, those types of things. The OT resources page has direct links to our national and state associations so that they have if they forget what the website is, they can jump into it that way real quickly. We have an entire module dedicated just to the fieldwork, as far as reminding the students what types of paperwork they have to turn in and when things are due. Our fieldwork coordinator uses drop boxes just like an assignment for the students to submit background checks and that type of stuff. And their selection papers and all of that. She just designs those as assignments so that they can submit things directly there, and she can have due dates show up so that they can stay on top of when things need to be turned in. She also has a direct link on this fieldwork page to our data management site for all fieldwork maintenance, again, so the students have an easy way to remember how to find that material. The second row of pages are where our students use a lot. We have a page specifically dedicated to our student organizations, which is the Student OT Association, which is made up of students from both programs. And then Pi Theta Epsilon is our honors group. So they each have their own pages. And on those pages, we selected the setting down at the bottom that would allow students to edit that page. So our student executives for those organizations are able to make the edits and changes to that page. Obviously, that involves a little bit of trust to give the students that capacity, but so far they've done a great job with it. The SOTA organization uses a discussion board as a sign-up list for the volunteer service events that are coordinated for every semester. And they also use a different discussion board to sign up for the social events that they plan. The contact information for all of the student executives are listed on the SOTA page, and then the schedule of meeting and events is posted on the student organization page as well as in the Canvas calendar when the faculty advisors remember to plug that in, which is me. The general discussion board that we have set up is really where a lot of the information exchange and communication exchange occurs. Students post anything from, hey, I'm leaving my this job at this great daycare because I'm going to field work. Who is interested in going? If you want to work here, here's the contact information. People will post when they're looking for roommates, when they've looking to sell books or to buy books from older or younger cohort. I've seen lost and found postings on there after student events. So there's a lot of great use of the discussion board there. And then finally, at CSM, faculty are also the academic advisors for our students. So this page probably gets the most use because that's where every semester we update the students about their schedules, show them the schedule for the oncoming semester, section assignments, meeting information for advising, again, kind of more like a poster board announcement area. I'm talking kind of fast. Are there any questions so far? Okay. One of the other high utilization points of this Canvas course are for the faculty, is for faculty only access. We used the people and groups settings in Canvas to help divide up our cohorts. As I said, we have 6 different cohorts going right now. Each cohort has anywhere from 25 to 55 students. So in order to help make sure that we can talk to different groups of people when we need to, we created cohort group sets in that people's tab. Created an individual group for each cohort, such as the MOT class of 2021, and then manually had to go in and sort each student into the correct cohort. After doing that, that allowed us to use the Canvas inbox function to email specific cohorts. So from Canvas inbox, you can choose OT community, students, and then sort it down to the specific cohort. So we can say, hey, class of 2021, your orientation is at 9 a.m. on Thursday. But we don't have to send that out to all 240 students. That's been a highly utilized functionality of this OT Canvas course to help us reach and contact a bunch of students at one time. This also helps to give a class list reference for faculty so that they can keep track of which students are in which cohort. And it's, again, we adjusted the settings, Canvas settings in this course so that the people tab is not available to students. Just for FERPA protections, we didn't want people to be able to see all 240 names. So if you use something like this, I do highly recommend that you remove people from the course navigation so that other students can't access information. So the main purpose, again, of using this has been our communication, and it has really helped us with sending announcements that can be seen by all students, or sending inbox emails for specific groups of students. The Canvas calendar has been very helpful for keeping track of programmatic events or student organization events, and just really gives us multiple avenues to present relevant information for our students.
Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so one of the other things about this community site that I think would be useful for any K-12 people who are watching this presentation is to be thinking about these in terms of being sites for your faculty. If we have to go back to a remote situation, having a Canvas course site for all of the 5th grade teachers or for all of the math teachers provides them a great place to be able to put files, have threaded discussions with each other, and continue to work on committee work in an online environment where they're not all trying to figure out where is this stuff located, who's got the file, where's the file. You could pull all of those things together. So utilizing the Canvas course for other community events is a very neat application, and Tara and the OT faculty have really taken it to the next level as a means of wrapping their arms around their students, such that it's not just them in a class. They have this other area that they can really connect and bond, and outside of the logistics of sending information back and forth.
Yeah, that's a good point. The OT faculty site that I kind of forgot to include with this has been huge for us as far as storing curriculum information or shared files, those types of things. So again, thinking of the non-traditional use of the Canvas, having just faculty in there, which is a separate course for us in our program, has been invaluable as well.
The other piece that we found that works really well is, rather than having a OneBox or a Google Drive where you're linking people to files for them to download, having it all in a Canvas course enables you to be able to push notifications automatically to people that say, hey, this file has been updated, go check it out. You know, all of those things happen versus, you know, reactively going into a Google Drive to see if there's something new there. And so it certainly has its advantages over some other cloud storage options.
Mm-hmm. And you've got that privacy protection piece too that is important. So while it is a fantastic resource for us, there have been the proverbial bumps in the road along the way. At one point, we were going to use groups, the Canvas group setting, to keep track of our individual advisees with the intention of using the Canvas calendar to schedule meetings with our students, but that became a little difficult to protect student privacy and just coordinate. So we kind of dropped that functionality. Probably one of the most tedious parts of that we had to figure out was how to keep our cohort list accurate as people change majors or whatnot. That has to fall on one faculty member to go in and make sure that those cohort groups are correct so that you're not emailing people that aren't part of the program anymore. From a behind the scenes things, I'm unable to remove students from the Canvas course myself. So if we do have somebody that leaves the program, I have to email those names to Mark, and then he pulls them out from behind the scenes. So, you know, making sure that you've got a pathway set up for keeping your user group managed is important. It's fantastic to have lots of faculty be able to access this one site and edit this one site, but then that can also lead to the files tab becoming hugely disorganized. So you have to have kind of a group agreement on how you're going to keep those files organized so people aren't loading up the same things over and over. Again, reminding those students that they need to enable those notifications, and they are responsible for changing their notification settings so that they actually receive those announcements. I don't know about you guys and everybody else's experience, but our college students nowadays are not fantastic about checking their regular CSM email. So we can push all this information to them that we want, but it ultimately comes down to ensuring that they are actually receiving those notifications. And unfortunately, it's a little bit difficult to add staff members that are non-faculty members into the Canvas site, it's my understanding, because of Canvas being designed for instructor status. But Mark could speak more to that if anybody wants more information about that. So if you are going to try to use Canvas in this non-traditional approach, we have some maintenance recommendations for you to help avoid going through your own bumps. Really, if you have multiple faculty or super users that are involved in this, then I would really suggest designating kind of your super users, who's going to be most responsible for overseeing the maintenance and the management and the layout of the course, of the site. Not saying that not everybody should be able to access it, but having some point people is always a good idea. Again, change that navigation settings. Be very intentional about that with your settings and within the course, so that the students are only seeing what you want them to see and don't have access to things that they should not see. And then verify those settings every once in a while. On a yearly basis, the checklist that I'm kind of our super user for the faculty, Dr. Haas and I, and so the maintenance that we do every year is to check that all of the links on all of the different pages are still active and are still working, and then verify that all of the faculty have access. With new faculty onboarding and faculty leaving, it's good to do a user check that way every year. And then each semester, or sometimes a couple of times a semester, we have to go through and ensure that our cohort lists are correct, send out a list of students to remove to our IT group, verify dates for different assignments, especially related to fieldwork, ensure that those due dates are still accurate. Since you're not recreating the course every year, Canvas can't do that auto update as far as dates. So anybody that's assigning something to be done has to double check the due dates. And then help the student organizations set up and maintain their discussion boards a couple of times this semester. So that's kind of the bare basic bones of our non-traditional use of Canvas here. So now I'd like to open the floor up to any questions or any further discussion.